Tradition, pastors greet His Majesty and discuss the Bible in his presence. They seek biblical answers to pertinent topics and questions which they raise before the King, who also offers biblical advice to the men of the cloth. Tuesdays are reserved for bidding farewell to His Majesty. Joined by Makhosikati, Their Royal Highnesses Bantu Benkosi and the Prime Minister, His Majesty edified church leaders with some encouraging words, encouraging them to follow the example of the disciples of Jesus Christ who preached the gospel despite paying a heavy price.
Sikanye kanye singumfelandawonye siyakwati kulishumayela live lenkosi kuze kube ngunaphakade nembala lasho lithi baphuma bashona emhlabeni wonke jikelele lokhu silapha nje swathini sihleli ngelive lenkosi siyalalela kungenxa yabo labo bafundisi labaphuma batinikela kulikhuni liyasho ke nelive ukuthi ngamunye indlela lebe babulawa ngayo kepha kuphathaleke ukuthi noma sebavile ukuthi lo mnyo wabo ubulewe kalikhuni bathi lesifungo lesisithethe ukuthi sawuba umfelandawonye angeke sikhweshekiso bafundisi.
Last weekend on Sunday, the King officially opened the League of Churches offices at Nkanini. The King says he will ensure that the structure is equipped with all necessary equipment and amenities needed to operate an office.
Kwathi lamanye amahhovisi abonakala ukuthi ayashoda nalantenye tindlu ashoda lokwa lengisike namuhla abafundisi konke lokho lokushodako sekutawulungiswa kufakwe nemakhompyutha ekhasi bafundisi.
Prime Minister Russell Mmiso Dlamini says God is pleased with His Majesty for his unwavering commitment to inspire the nation to worship Him.
Kusukela ngalesihlanu kuze kube ngilesikhathi solo inkosi nendlovukazi hlethi nesive uhlanganyelwe kubongwa uNkulunkulu. Engakusho nje kafishane ukuthi akusiko okuncane lokhu phambi kwaNkulunkulu kukhulu.
The King's overseer in the Christian fraternity, His Royal Highness Prince Simelane, delivered a brief sermon based on Luke chapter 10 verse 20.
Kwendeke nje ubawushilo sibavulile emehlo bayabona labangakhulumi bakhuluma labangeva sibasheba yeva tishosha sitisukumisile uthi Jesu ngiyanifa ningathokotiswa ngilokho kepha thokotiswani kusemagameni alotshiwe abhaliwe encwadini yokuphila.
His Majesty blessed two bishops who have succeeded their deceased predecessors. Bishop Sambulo Simelane from Majuba Church succeeded Bishop John Simelane, while the New Pentecostal Apostolic Church of Christ presented Bishop David Msebi, who has succeeded Wilson Msebi. As church leaders return to shepherd their flock in their respective churches, they will draw inspiration from sermons that were delivered by their majesties during the course of the Easter services. His Majesty declared the year 2025 as the year of transformation and reforms that will change the social landscape of eMaswati, while Her Majesty the Ndlovukazi expressed concern about the rising cases of murders in the country, while also urging the nation to appreciate every effort to congregate and worship God freely. This is a report by Sandile Makhanya and Zweli Masuku at Ngabezweni Royal Residence.
Now, the presidential special envoy of the President of Taiwan, Dr. Lin Xiaolong, has presented Her Majesty the Queen Mother with over 9 million malangeni to boost the Women's Startup Microfinance Revolving Fund. The Queen Mother received the funds at Lutitsina Royal Residence during the presidential's envoy's courtesy call on Her Majesty. Her Majesty was joined by the Deputy Prime Minister, Honorable Thulasile Dladla, and the Minister of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation, Senator Polile Shakantu.
Okay, over here, please. Thank you.
The special presidential envoy of the President of Taiwan, Dr. Ling Chia-lung, arrived at Lutsitsini Royal Residence to pay a courtesy call on Her Majesty the Queen Mother following his arrival in the kingdom on Tuesday. Dr. Lin, who is the Minister of Foreign Affairs in Taiwan, who will join Emaswati in celebration of His Majesty's 57th birthday ceremony in Hlangano as the representative of the President of Taiwan, leads a delegation that includes Taiwanese investors who will explore opportunities to help improve the kingdom's economic resilience. The President of Taiwan, His Excellency Lai Ching-te, is fully supportive of Her Majesty's initiatives to empower women in Eswatini. To demonstrate his support towards Her Majesty's initiatives, the President delegated the presidential envoy to present Her Majesty with 9.2 million emalangeni to boost the Women Business Startup Microfinance Revolving Fund. From Lutsitsini Royal Residence, the presidential envoy proceeded to Lozita Palace, where he was expected to pay a courtesy call on His Majesty King Mswati III and further join His Majesty, who was expected to launch the Strategic Oil Reserve Facility. On the news, I am Sandile Makanya reporting from Lutsitsini Royal Residence with Temba Mamba in Zolemasugu.
And as all systems go for His Majesty King Mswati III's 57th birthday celebration set for this Friday, His Excellency the Prime Minister Russell Miso Dlamini says preparations seem to be at advanced stages. The Prime Minister had this to say during the final rehearsals held at the King Sobhuza II Stadium in Hlangano.
On Friday, Emaswati will converge at the King Sobhuza II Stadium to celebrate His Majesty King Mswati III's 57th birthday. It goes without saying that performances for such an occasion, which is expected to draw guests from beyond the kingdom's borders, have to be top-notch. Final rehearsals were held on Wednesday, and part of those witnessing them was the Prime Minister, His Excellency Russell Dlamini, who said everything was going well.
Vela sesingeni lesetulu mukhulu lo msebenzi lesewendiwe la siyakhona lokho ukuthi lokuncane lokuselekta bekuphelile ngalolu suku lolukhulu lwenkosi ngaba nje ukugcizelela ukuthi cha konke kuhamba kahle sive asiphelele ngetinkani sithe uhalarisela inkosi ngosuku lwayo le birthday kuyabanza ke inhlangano abete bantu malungiselele ukuthi batawufuthuma lokho ukuthi nje ke njalo umsebenzi wenkosi usuka ku region lena uya kulenye usuka ku region leyo wendelwa kona ukuthi usonzelela kubantu bonke abantu bakhona uya demcimbini baphindze babuyele emakhaya basuke emakhaya labahlala khona lokho njengoba kokukhulu nokuthi ke laba nje labatabe bagidza abadlala bento emidlalo bonke baqhamuka la sifundzeni saseshiselweni uhulumende ke uyababambisa bonke labo laba ingcenye lomsebenzi.
The Premier moved on to the Mbangweni Royal Residence, where celebrations are expected to proceed to. There, he also found preparations at an advanced stage. During the rehearsals, different units, which include entertainment, the army, health, and emergency services, said they were ready for the big day. It is now up to Emaswati to turn up in their best outfits, fit for the royal occasion. For Eswatini TV News, Temgosi Mavimbela, Hlangano.
The Honourable Minister of Commerce, Industry and Trade, Mancoba Khumalo, says with support from Taiwan, the country is working to improve the ease of doing business and then unlock new trade opportunities. The Honourable Minister was speaking during a business seminar with Taiwanese entrepreneurs and investors.
The Ministry of Commerce, Industry and Trade has hosted a business seminar with Taiwanese entrepreneurs and investors. The Honourable Minister of Commerce, Mancoba Khumalo, says Eswatini is setting its sights on becoming a more competitive trading nation.
His Majesty's government is very keen to assist in securing strategic partnerships and also ensure that we are forward integrating as opposed to exporting raw materials and doing primary manufacturing. We want to venture into tertiary manufacturing and real value addition, because we also want to improve the quality of the jobs that we create. These are therefore strategic opportunities to collaborate with local companies.
Eswatini Investment Promotion Authority Board Chairperson Theo Hlophe says their goal is to cut the red tape, enhance efficiency and open doors for trade.
Our goal is simple: to showcase Eswatini's business potential and provide a clear, practical pathway for doing business in our country. IPA serves as your gateway to investing in Eswatini. We provide end-to-end support from initial inquiries, approvals, and setup, all the way to aftercare.
Chairperson of the Taiwan Optical Platform, Tu Chen Lai, spoke on behalf of the investors.
We are here to listen and to understand what Eswatini needs, what your business and community seek, and how we can collaborate in a way that they are mutually beneficial, inclusive, and sustainable.
The Kingdom of Eswatini exports goods to Taiwan such as honey, fruits and beverages worth over 6 million emalangeni per year. Reporting Samkal Koza and Temba Shabangu, Babane.
The Honourable Minister of Home Affairs, Her Royal Highness Princess Lindiwe, says the ministry has prepared transportation for people around the Shiselweni region who will want to attend the King's birthday celebration at the King Sobhuza II Stadium this Friday. The minister had this to say at the Mbangweni Royal residence after the final rehearsals held at the stadium.
Nineba kangwane vele silungisile kwekuhamba kakhulu lapha eshiselweni nje. Ishiselo vele sitawukhokha emabhasi latabathatha, timotolo letabathatha tibalethe ngoba ishiselo ngiyona ihamba embili. Ishiselo ngiyona vele ingwenyama ekhethe ukuthi namhla iyawugidza neshiselo losuku loluhle kangaka.
We have made transport arrangements in particular for the Shiselweni region. Vehicles will be transporting people from different areas of the Shiselweni region. Although transport arrangements have not been made for all regions, eMaSwati from all walks of life are invited to come to the event. This is an event where all eMaSwati will celebrate with their majesties. We invite all eMaSwati to be part of this important event.
The Honourable Minister of Natural Resources and Energy, Senator His Royal Highness Prince Lonkokhela, is calling for an urgent need for support from one of the country's key partners, which is Taiwan, in mineral development and improved water access. Now, the Honourable Minister was speaking during a business seminar with Taiwanese entrepreneurs and investors.
During a business seminar with Taiwanese entrepreneurs and investors hosted by the Ministry of Commerce, Industry and Trade, the Honorable Minister of Natural Resources and Energy, Senator Prince Lonkokhela, said Eswatini faces significant challenges in both water access and mineral development, and to address these issues, the country is seeking technical and financial support from Taiwan.
We are very keen to receive investment from Taiwan in the field of mining, water, which we were part of it, which is part of us. In water, I'm told, we are looking for meters, prepaid meters. Prepaid meters are important for us because our people are looking at connecting on prepaid. Parliament has called on us to work on that, and we're still looking for partners to connect the whole country. In mining, we have coal, we have gold, we have diamond, we have all precious minerals. We have the earth minerals that are rare in the world, and we have just done geomapping. We are looking at working with Taiwan investors in the field of constructing and operating the strategic oil in the country.
Zooming into the mining sector, physical contribution from the mining operation to Eswatini's GDP is 2% and also accounts for 2% of export earnings. Reporting Samuel Siwekoza and Themba Shabangu, Babane.
The Secretary General of the Organization of African, Caribbean and Pacific States, His Excellency Musa Salah Batraki, says Eswatini's stability gives it a unique advantage at driving sustainable development across the region. The Secretary General was speaking during a press engagement on Wednesday.
His Excellency Musa Salah Batraki, the Secretary General of the Organization of African, Caribbean and Pacific States, OACPS, is in the Kingdom of Eswatini for an official visit. The Secretary General was welcomed by the Honorable Minister of Foreign Affairs, Senator Polesha Kantu, who also serves as the President of the OACPS Council of Ministers, together with His Excellency Sibusisiwe Mngome Zulu, the Ambassador of Eswatini to Belgium, and Chairperson of the OACPS Committee of Ambassadors. Speaking during a media engagement on Wednesday, the OACPS Secretary General praised Eswatini for its commitment to peace and stability, calling it a crucial foundation for long-term economic growth.
Eswatini plays an important role at the OACPS. Is heading the Committee of Ambassadors at the moment, the Council of Ministers, and there is an investment, a personal investment from the King, His Majesty, on all the discussions around unity. And these are, I think, main things that we can see as conditions. You have a country that actually is landlocked, of course, that has a lot of cultural aspects that to show to other countries, that can also somehow demonstrate a certain engagement, a vision for his population. So for me, these are all important factors that can really also motivate other African countries to look like Eswatini as well. And the fact that this leadership is there culturally really inherent in the country. It gives us the impression that we also need to invest on our own values. And the African values are the one of the continent. We need to share them. We need to make sure that it is known by everybody, and we need to also promote them somehow.
The main goals of the OACPS centers around the sustainable development of its members and their gradual integration into the global economy. Reporting Samuel Siwekoza and Themba Shabangu, Ezulwini.
Taiwan has announced a major boost of over 9.2 million emalangeni in support for the Women's Microfinancing Revolving Fund. This powerful announcement was made by His Excellency Dr. Chiao Lung, Taiwan's Minister of Foreign Affairs, during a special event held at Sibane at Ezulwini. Now, this support is a game changer for women entrepreneurs across the kingdom.
Today, I'm happy to announce that Taiwan will inject another $500,000 into the fund to make the project even more powerful for empowering women and youth in our partners, those people in Eswatini.
The Deputy Prime Minister Thulisile Dladla says the fund has changed the lives of many women in Eswatini.
Your commitment to empowering women in Eswatini through this fund has not only impacted individual lives, but has also uplifted entire communities.
The Minister for Commerce, Industry and Trade, Honorable Manqoba Khumalo, says through this fund, women have been able to establish sustainable businesses.
Women Business Startup Microfinance Revolving Fund, WENTEGA, is an initiative designed to support women entrepreneurs in breaking financial barriers and building sustainable businesses. This fund is more than just financial assistance, but it is a promise that dreams will ultimately be realized.
According to the Taiwan Technical Mission, the Women's Microfinancing Revolving Fund has disbursed over 9.6 million emalangeni since it was launched in the year 2023. Reporting Nelson Dlangamandla, Vuminkosi Nzinisa, Ezulwini.
And what will come as great news and a major boost to local creatives, the Minister of Commerce, Industry and Trade, the Honorable Mancoba Khumalo, has announced a 200,000 Malangeni allocation to support the creative industry through Eswatini Copyright and Neighbouring Right Society. The announcement was made during the World Book and Copyright Day celebrations held at Happy Valley Hotel in Ezulwini.
We have an initial seed allocation of 100,000 Malangeni to Eswatini Copyright and Neighbouring Rights Society to establish what we call a Creative Industry Development Fund. The fund will offer small grants. It's not a lot of money initially, but it's a pilot. If it's a success, it will keep growing. We'll offer small grants to members for professional growth and to access new markets. Number two, we are also proud to announce another 100,000 Malangeni for a national short film competition. The announcer as well, we will see Situma, the Copyright Society, could see establishing health and wellness program.
Samgaliso Nxumalo, chairperson of the Eswatini Copyright Society, says for an industry that has long struggled for recognition and resources, this comes at a much-needed shot in the arm and a step towards building a thriving, sustainable, creative economy.
And in logo, let's to wake up each morning, just like somebody else, I am 17 and 8 to 5 yake. The creative also has that aspiration to be able to wake up every morning, go into their studio and create decent work, participating in economic growth. The whole purpose of unlocking royalties is about ensuring that.
UNESCO Secretary General Lwandle Simelane says creatives should be treated as business people.
Know your rights, understand the legal frameworks. We have a very nice act. Active, we are folklore. Please delve into it.
Creatives who have applied to be members of the society currently stand at 50. Reporting Nelson Dlangamandla, Vuminkosi Nzinisa, Ezulwini.
Right, let's segue into the world of business. We take a look at financial indicators to give us a sense of how markets performed today in a financial report.
Standard Bank.
Now, sports news. The president of CAF, Dr. Patrice Motsepe, has announced that all Africans should have a stadium that meet both CAF and FIFA standard. Dr. Motsepe says an amount of $1 billion US has been set aside for a period of 8 to ensure that all countries have proper stadiums. Dr. Motsepe was speaking during the CAF and African Global Logistics Signing Agreement ceremony in Sandton in the Republic of South Africa.
And, I spent many years in Swaziland and had a huge privilege of being educated there, met some of the most wonderful people. Thank you so much. Let me put it more positive. every single one of the countries that are represented by our member association presidents, we need you to play football in your country, in your country. So we are working together with your heads of states, and I'll be visiting again some of the heads of state, because the partnership is so important to build every single country in Africa. But we need to make sure that in every single African country, that you play football in front of your supporters, in front of your fans. And that's partly why this $1 billion CAF commitment over the next 8 years that I spoke about, which is going very well, and make sure that we can build stadiums. In every country there must be a stadium, and that is at the CAF and FIFA standards.
Right, that's how we come to the home stretch of the news at 10 at the Eswatini Television. Thanks so much for choosing to stay with us. Before we go, a quick reminder of our news-making headlines tonight. His Majesty King Mswati III has urged church leaders to emulate the disciples of Jesus Christ, who never walked away from the ministry of preaching the gospel when faced with life-threatening encounters. The Presidential Special Envoy of the President of Taiwan, Dr. Lin Xiaolong, has presented Her Majesty the Queen Mother with over 9 million emalangeni to boost the Women's Startup Microfinancing Revolving Fund. And as all systems go for His Majesty King Mswati III's 57th birthday celebration set for this Friday, and the Prime Minister has witnessed final rehearsals for the big day. Right, that's how we come to the conclusion of the news at 10 at Eswatini Television. Up next, we'll cross over to the Weather Center for a detailed weather report from us and the team at Eswatini TV. For now, it is good night and God bless.
It's your favorite influencer, Uncle Gabu, here to share secrets on how to save and win a car.
Save and win a car with Spar. Buy any participating product and swipe your rewards card to enter. Get 750-gram Cross and Blackwell tangy mayonnaise for $36.99. Save 13 emalangeni, or 1 liter liquid fruit. Buy any 2 for only 50 emalangeni. Save 26 emalangeni.
And that's why we shop at Spar.